Story time. So some time ago, I was a CNA and I was working at the hospital. Unfortunately, it's fortunate and unfortunate. Fortunate because I've learned a lot. Unfortunate because I never really know what to expect. So this is what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, as a CNA, you are more likely to be pulled to another unit when you come into work. And when I say pulled, let's say that I was assigned to work on a maternal newborn unit or the NICU, which is the neonatal intensive care unit. When I come in, if there's no need for me, I could get pulled to a very, very different floor. Very different floor. Like orthopedic or, let's see, med-surg. It's ortho and med-surg is essentially the same thing. But either way, neither of the other have anything to do with where I was initially assigned. Also, I kind of feel like my glasses are a little dirty. We're going to have to try to clean that. Whoops, sorry. All of that being said, I came into work and I was looking forward to working on the maternal newborn floor because I did feel like that floor did not demand quite as much of me as some of the other floors. Anyways, I get there and I'm told that I'm working on a med-surg floor. Again, very different from the babies and the mommies, okay? So I get there and I run into another coworker of mine, a friend of mine that also works with me on the maternal newborn floor. She's funny. I enjoy working with her. And she's always got crazy experiences to share with me because she was just truly the life of the party. Like, she was living her absolute best life. All that being said, the shift starts. You know, I get report from the other CNA and I'm just doing my rounds. I'm giving everybody who's allowed to have water, ice water, checking on everybody to see if they need any blankets. And then I'm about to start cleaning patients up that need to be cleaned, like anybody that needs a bath. CNA work is different from RN work, but RN work does not remove CNA work. I hope that makes sense. So when there's downtime, the night has already started and I've made a lot of progress in all the work that I have to do. And now there's downtime and my coworker, we're going to call her Keisha. I don't think I've ever used that name, Keisha, and I am proud of myself for not reusing another name. My back itches. Anyways, that's it. She and I were sitting down, we're talking, and she tells me that she's dating this guy, right? And I was like, okay. She shows me a picture of him. He's cute. Okay. Very attractive. And she was telling me about the first couple of dates that they went on and, you know, that he seems really cool. And I was like, okay, well then what's up? Like, what's the trajectory of this situationship we got going on here? I shouldn't call it a situationship because it seemed like it was really cool. It was going in a positive direction. And she was like, oh my God, girl, I'm supposed to be linking up with him when I get off. Now, mind you, this is a night shift. So I was like, oh, are you going to have the mental capacity to like really engage with him after a night of work? And she was like, yes, girl, I am crazy. I can handle it. I can do it. And he is so fine. And I was like, okay. So now fast forward. This guy does seem really cool. He seems funny. He's got a great sense of humor according to her. He's attractive. I'm like, okay, this is going in the right direction. Now, as I was explaining in the beginning of the story, sometimes when you come into work and you have in mind that you're working on the floor that you were initially hired to work, you get pulled to another floor. However, in 4-hour increments, they reassess their need for you on that unit. And sometimes there are CNAs that come in at 11 p.m. There are CNAs that work 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. What a horrid shift. But fine, whatever. So at 11 p.m., there were two CNAs that came in. And that meant that they had to see if either our floor needed us back or if another floor needed us at 11. Because staffing will tell them, like, you have to let somebody go, or, you know, we can figure out where else they're needed, or don't know. Too many things didn't make any sense. Like, why not just see where those new CNAs coming in are needed? Just leave us where we are at and just have those CNAs go somewhere else. It just didn't make any sense, but that's another story for another day. So they did need us back on our floor. So they sent us back to our unit. I was a little disappointed because I was like, if nobody needs us, send us home and keep those other 2 CNAs. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time that I would agree with, bringing on the new CNAs and not displacing us. Because if you're going to displace me home, keep the new ones. Keep them. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. 2 new CNAs that were assigned to work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. came in, so they had to reassign me and my other coworker. Whatever. So we go back to our maternal newborn floor. Even though I wanted to go home, fine. Our maternal newborn floor at 11 p.m., not much is going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to check in with the nurses and see if they need anything. And if not, I'm going to find me a little corner and take myself a quick nap. Shit. So we both go back to that floor and we're just checking in with the nurses. We're checking in with the patients. I'm just going around seeing if these new mommies need anything. Some of them are just asking for blankets, water, juice, crackers. Just the requests on a maternal newborn floor is very different than the requests on a med-surg floor or an orthopedic floor. Very different population of patients, obviously. So that all being said, I walked into a patient's room and this beautiful mom was a first-time mom. She was hilarious, great sense of humor. And she asked if I could bring her 2 cups of ice water. And I said, yes, absolutely. That's not a problem at all. So she was like, actually, can you bring 3? My husband's coming and he chugs water like it's going out of style. So 2 will be for him, 1 will be for me. And I was like, yeah. Pause. Anyways, I am back. Had something in the oven for a bit too long. And so the smoke detector was like, bitch, come get it. Anyways, that's taken care of. Nothing's on fire anymore. So I walk into this patient's room. She asked for 3 cups of water, 3 large cups of water, because her husband drinks excessive amounts of water. So I said, yes, absolutely. I head out, I go get the ice water, and I go back in there, and I am ready and willing to continue the conversation she and I were having. She was just lovely. She's very sweet. And her husband is there. His back is turned to me and he's rummaging through stuff and he turns around and he smiles at me and he's like, thank you so much. And I'm like, why does this man look so familiar? I was like, I'm sorry. Have we met before? And I'm saying this without even paying attention to the fact that we are having this conversation in front of his wife, and it definitely doesn't look all that good that I, a woman, is saying, have I met you before? And then it dawned on me. This is the woman or the man that my coworker was talking about. So I was like, oh, you know what? No, never mind. Never mind. I'm sorry. Totally just mixed you and another person up. Don't even worry about it. And then we all laughed about it. Kiki, ha, 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 ha. Thank you so much for the water. Yeah, absolutely. Do you need anything else? No, great. I'm going to go. So I went. I left back out. And I was a little torn. I didn't know what to say. Didn't necessarily know what to do. But I just knew that it felt like shiitake mushrooms to be the bearer of bad news. So I kind of sat with it for a little bit. Yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings a bit. Because like I said, you know, my friend Keisha, really cool, life of the party. That woman that I just spoke with in there, I don't know her, but just having a simple conversation with her, she just seemed really cool and down to earth. Obviously, I am not privy to the inner workings of that relationship. Anywho, fast forward to maybe about an hour or so. For whatever reason, Keisha's assignment was a lot busier than mine. So we split the floor. I had the right side of the floor, so from rooms 15 to 30, and she had the left side from rooms 1 to 15, or 1 to 14. So she was busy. She was busier. My patients were either sleeping or didn't really want much. So I went ahead and found myself my little corner in the break room to take myself a quick little 30-minute nap. She comes in there and interrupts me, and she's like, bitch. And I was like, what's up? She was like, girl. I was like, yes. And I'm like, all right, I know what's going to happen. She's about to tell me. She's discovered it herself. She said, you know, things are working out in my favor because this night is progressing. It's getting really busy. I'm tired. I would love to take a nap. And homeboy, we'll call him Mike, just texted and asked if we could push our date back a few hours. And I was like, can I see a picture of Mike real quick? Let me just do it one more time. I just want to see what he looked like. One more time. And she was like, yeah, girl, he is good looking. I don't blame you. So she shows me. And yes, it is the same gentleman. So now I'm hoping that hopefully he has a twin brother. And I was like, I got to tell you something. And I tell her. And she was like, you are effing lying. I know you are effing lying to me right now. And I was like, yeah, I just, I guess I just wanted you to know now. He's obviously married. She referred to him as the patient, as her husband. Yeah, it sucked to tell her that. But they just started dating. There was disappointment, but it wasn't like she was like head over heels in love with him and he had promised her the sun, the moon, and the stars. So she was like, you know what? I'm not even going to trip. She was just expressing that she was glad that she found out about it now. So I'm like, okay, cool. She took that really well. I'm glad that I was able to tell her. And that I didn't walk away from this feeling guilty, knowing that I was well aware of everything that was going on. And I just pretended I didn't know so that my friend can continue to walk into a situation that was only destined for failure. Except she did end up going in there to the patient's room and tossing a cup of ice water onto him and airing out his business to his wife. His business being that he was trying to create a relationship with her while being married and fathering a brand new baby. So yeah, the night definitely took a drastic turn. My friend was sent home and the gentleman had to be escorted out by security because my patient was attempting to castrate him. So I'm telling you all of this to say that I wrote a comic book, and the link to pre-order it is in the caption beneath. It's www.dirtywordsmith.com. Y'all should definitely check that out. Yeah. That was definitely an interesting experience. And I did find myself wondering if maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut. But she would have found out at some point. It's really hard to do anything with a new baby, much less start a relationship with someone else. So it was only a matter of time. That all being said, please click the link below and consider purchasing my comic book, pre-ordering it. This is a phenomenal announcement time, going to be doing a book signing meet and greet at Get Lit Books and Tings in Moreno Valley, California. That is going to be on the last Saturday of January. I'm super excited to announce that. yeah, I'm hoping that this can turn into a whole book tour thing. So make sure you get your book, purchase it, or, you know, click my link tree and look at all the other books that I've written and bring it for me to sign it, you know, meet and greet, ask questions, take pictures. It'll be a blast. And I'll keep you guys posted on a potential book tour. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Leave your comments below. Like, share this video so that more and more people can be notified of my storytelling skills and my comic book being ready to be pre-ordered. Thank y'all so much.